Welcome back, babies. It's your girl AJ up in the building. Hey, I hope you guys had an amazing Easter because I know mine was very chilled and relaxed. Now, we are testing out something that you guys have told me about. You guys told me I need to get it in my life. So because of y'all, we are testing it out. So I didn't get the one that y'all told me, but we got another brand, and I do believe this brand is a little bit cheaper than the other brands that's out there, even for shipping wise. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it did take at least 2 weeks to get to me. That was a little bit of a long time, but it was coming directly from China, so I do understand that. Now, if I do plan on getting more, if I do like the material or just like the whole entire product, I probably order all at one time versus ordering one, because we are testing it out. I only got one because also I got to make sure it goes to my machine and it fits my machine. So I got a magnet hoop. I know y'all look like finally we got one, okay, y'all? It is by Sewtalent. This is a 5x1 by 5x1 magnet hoop for my Ricoma EM1010. You guys, I can't believe it has almost been a year that I have my machine, and you guys, it was the best decision I ever made, and I don't regret buying my machine. I'm so grateful that I was able to get it, and I love my embroidery machine. It is the best. So we have a 5x1 5x1 embroidery hoop. This does, it says, it says it go to my EM1010. If it don't, y'all owe me some money because y'all not finna mess up my machine, okay? But it says it's go to my machine. So we're going to be testing this out on a baby onesie. We're going to do a monogram baby onesie. So I do want to start having Etsy, like an Etsy shop going on top of my website, just to get my business more out there to the world. So I want to do like a baby onesie monogram on it. That way we could like promote more of the baby things on Etsy. So I think this is going to be very fun to make. We're doing just a simple color, not no like different color designs, just to make sure this actually works on my machine. And if it works, now I know when I unboxed it, y'all, the magnet part definitely worked because it pinched my fingers. It pinched my fingers. It is definitely strong. So be careful with that part, you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So this is the shirt we'll be doing. This is a Gerber shirt, 3 to 6 months. And it's all black. So we're going to do red stitches. Now I was going to do blue, but my husband said red stitches would be better. So we're going to go ahead. Now the only thing that like I guess is my worry about this is because it's like, how do you know if it's going to be centered or not? But I guess that's better than like the other hoop where you got to push down and it may not be centered. So we're going to see. Now if I end up buying more magnet hoops, y'all, I have to sit here and get me something to hang this stuff on. Now I'm still going to put the stabilizer behind. I'm going to use my spray. So I already got a pre-cut stabilizer that I cut already. This is the no-show stabilizer. Because this is a kid's onesie, I will put like a, what is it called? Oh, it's called soft stabilizer underneath for babies. So I'm going to put that underneath this stabilizer once I'm done. This is what I'll be using. It is a basin adhesive that holds it down as I'm embroidering, sewing, or whatever. I just use it. Now you could get like something else. Some people don't use spray at all in some videos I've seen, but I have used the spray for everything. This is something I'm used to. So because of that, I'm going to keep doing it. So there we go. I'm going to spray the second layer. So I am doing 2 layers. I kind of always do 2 layers just to make sure that the stitch is not too heavy or too dense for the first layer. So I'm just used to doing 2 layers just to always protect it and don't want like the design to sink in, because if you have a shirt that's thin, definitely like you're doing like a polyester mixed with cotton, the design can sink into the shirt. So because of that, I try to at least do 2 layers. Now if it's something thin, I probably get a thicker stabilizer for the back, but until then, this is okay. It has worked for me just to do 2. Okay, stabilizer is in. I just noticed baby shirts is a little bit off. They like a little bit off centered. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Now, before I actually put the hoops in, what I'm going to do is go ahead and you guys know I'm going to get my t-shirt ruler. So this is the magnet hoop from Sewtalent. I'm going to have this just like separated because that hoop, the magnet part is strong, y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. So I just want to make sure I am putting this where this needs to be at. I usually use tape, and y'all know I usually use blue painter's tape. But, you know, we're trying this out. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just sliding it on in. This is the magnet part. This is the back part. Just sliding it in. Y'all may hear the kids, y'all. They doing something. And I'm going to have to, like, use my hands just to make sure it's, like, centered. Okay. All right, now. Make sure it's going the right way in my machine. Y'all ready? Ooh, what if it like blow up right now? All right. So most videos I'll see you just clamp it down. Oh, okay. That's it. Double checking that I like where this is at. No. Just because the center is up here, and that means the design is going to be too low. So I'm actually going to take this apart because I kind of forgot about that just now. Taking a magnet off of here. Watch out for your fingers, y'all. This thing is strong. Oh, God. That's why I say that magnet. It literally have a warning sign saying pinch, caution. Because you will pinch yourself. Like, no wonder they have it separated. Start from the back. Trying to see. So I'm going to take this off just because I don't want it in this area. Okay, got it. Because the inner part is 5.1 by 5.1. So see, this was going to be the design. It was going to be too low. That was going to be too low. So we're going to move it up. Because I don't want it to be all the way down there like that. But I got to also make sure stabilize is with it. So I'm going to go like near the neckline. So that way when I do it, it's near the neckline. Make sure everything is still centered. Nope, it's not, because I see that it was crooked in here. It is a little bit easier so far. I can see when it comes down to like make sure it's centered, it's not crooked. I can see it is like easier. So that's good. Make sure this is good down here. Okay. Try this again. Just like that. Alright. Now it look crooked. It look crooked, y'all. I'm literally doing this to myself. Nobody else is doing this. It's me, y'all, because it's just like trying to make sure I'm doing this right. That's what it is. This is new. So I'm just trying to see. I'm so used to the other one. So, you know, just bear with me. We are testing it out together. Most things are seeing that, like, is this something that would be affordable for people or what? Like, is this more affordable than other things that's out there? And I'm going to tag their website, like, down below if you guys are interested in this. If you do like the prices, then you can go check them out. Okay. Alright. Last time we're going to rock with it. Alright, so this is how it looks. Okay. This is how the back looks. This is how the inside look. Everything is actually very tight, so that's good. Usually, you know, with a regular one, you got to twist it. I'm just going to double check that this is, like, you know, straight. Okay. Y'all, it look good to me. We're going to rock with it. Let's go ahead and go. Okay, let's go ahead and hoop this on here. Make sure we put this shirt in between the hole. Make sure there's no oil because I know I had oil on my machine recently. So you put that in between. And let's go ahead and do it. I just hope the okay, it went in, so I believe these are the right brackets for the machine. Now on their website, you do select like your machine type, the company, and they supposed to give you the right brackets. These are the brackets right here. All right, so for this machine, because I am using basically another brand hoop, I will put other for my hoops because this is not a regular hoop size for the machine. So I have other on here, so it's already on there like that. Now what I'm going to do, what you should always do no matter what, is trace your design area. And that's definitely going to help because, for example, this is not a standard size hoop. So on my machine, there's not a hoop that's a 5.1 by 5.1. This is a different machine type. The hoop is different, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and trace my area. Look at that. Off. So yes, the design is already off. And this is why you trace your area. Because that design was off. And it's not because of what I did or whatever. Most likely it's just because, you guys, where I left off, I left it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and center to where I would like it. Now this do have marks on here for the center, and I'm kind of looking at those marks while I'm moving it over. This is why you trace your area beforehand. This is why it's important to trace your area, you guys. All right. So to me, my size is just a little too big. So I'm gonna go to my design and make this a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna kind of go do 90 by 90 is what I'm gonna go for now. Okay, we're going to trace this one more time. Still too high. Trace this one more time. I'm going to do a slow trace. And I'm going to do this probably at least 2 times just to be sure, you guys, because I don't want this arm to hit this bracket at all. So I'm tracing it at least 2 times. So it could go over some more. Actually, it could come up some more. We're going to trace it again. So with this Sewtalent hoop, you do have to just move your design where you need it to be. So versus the regular hoops where it automatically knows that hoop and it could just go with that hoop, you can't do that on here. You do have to sit here and make sure you center it where you need it to be at, just because this is a different size hoop. Yes, you are able to use this hoop in your machine, but you do have to do the extra cautions like this. You usually will trace your hoop no matter what. But for this, you definitely want to trace your hoops just a little bit more. Now for me, everything is good. I just don't want my like needle to be so near the bracket, and that's just the honest opinion. I don't want my needle to be really near that bracket too much. I want it to have some type of distance just because it's better for me. So I wanted to at least have some space on there. Okay, so far everything looks good again. Okay, everything looks good. All right then. Let's embroider. Yeah, I'm scared. So like, if you see me, I'm doing a lot of stopping. I'm just scared. I'm just doing some stopping because I'm scared. Make sure everything is spaced in between and nothing is hitting the arm. Oh, if I stop, y'all, it's just I'm scared, y'all, because this machine costs money. So I have to just make sure everything looks good. So I do have my speed at about 330. And just because this is my first time using the Sewtalent magnet hoop, I want to stand here and just watch it, just because, you guys, I don't want to walk away. This is, you guys know, if you do have a Ricoma EM1010, if your needle hits your hoop, you void your warranty. So I want to make sure this, like, everything's go well, and if it doesn't, I can see that it's about to happen. I can stop it before anything, and I mess up my machine head, I will cry. I will freaking cry, you guys. So I'm just gonna stand here, we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna see how it goes. So far with the process, I will say just hooping shirts took a little bit less time than normal, because when I do the other hoops, I would say it probably take like 10-15 minutes, definitely, because I unhoop, hoop again, unhoop, hoop again. I gotta make sure it looks right. I gotta ask my husband if it doesn't look right. So it does take a little less time, I will give it that. So it does work with that. So far, I would say that, like, the only part is just like, okay, it's tedious. It's just when you do have it on your machine, instead of your machine automatically reading the hoop and knowing that this frame is this big and knowing where to center at, it doesn't have it on here. So I do have to physically, as you just saw, move it left, right, up, and down to make sure it's centered and it won't hit my hoop. Now, if I would have sit here and don't even trace my machine, and I would have sat here and started this, my machine would have been total right now, because guess what? The first time we did it, it almost hit the hoop. So make sure when you do get these magnet hoops, or like whoever you get it from, it don't even have to be Sewtalent. It could be anybody you get a magnet hoop from. Like I said, I'm not mentioning names. Any hoop place you get a magnet hoop from, make sure you at least trace your area, because it's not the same as your regular hoop size. A lot of people think you don't have to trace anymore, and that's actually mess up your machine. You need to trace, you guys. You have to. You just saw how important that was just now, because guess what? This design was going to be all the way to the right. It wasn't going to be on the shirt. It was going to be on the machine, stitching the machine. If I would have started this and walked away, those little things will mess up your machine. So make sure you are taking your time to trace your area, take your time to center, and take your time to resize, because on the Ricoma EM1010, if you do not know, you are able to resize your design. No, it doesn't change the amount of stitches that you use, because you can use the same amount of stitches, but you are able to resize the design. So for example, the design area on here for resizing is X and Y. That is the length and height, basically X and Y. So it's at 100%. Basically, when you upload it up to your Ricoma, it's at 100%. Now, if you want to go smaller, then you could go, lowest you can go is 50%. That will turn your design from almost a 6. For example, this is an example. I'm not, you know, no math is in my head. I'm just saying, you know, for example, if it was at basically 100%, your whole design, when you digitize it, was at, it was like 6x6. You're taking that 6x6 design, is almost making it almost a 5x5, almost a 4x4. I could be off a little bit, but you could actually size it down. It doesn't change the amount of stitches though. The same amount of stitches are still going to be there. You just make this design a little bit smaller. That may make it more dense, that it will, like, you know, go into the shirt. So make sure you also think about that. So when you have digitizers do your design, I always recommend it knowing your design, and usually when you tell them, for example, okay, I need my design 4x4, they usually sometimes give you the design where it could go up to like 4.5. If you try to make it a 10x10, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. But it could go up to a 4.5. Usually when they digitize it, they do make it a little bit extra from when it's time to actually size it up or make it smaller. So just remember that. So it is important to trace your area. But so far, the biggest thing I was scared about was the brackets, and so far the brackets actually fit into my machine and it worked good. Because if you don't know, Ricoma brackets have a U on it, and the U has to go in a certain size. On this one, there's no U going up, so I was scared when I said, I'm like, oh my gosh, they gave me the wrong thing. I was gonna cry because I'm like, this is not the one I ordered. No, honey, this is not what I said. But you know what? I was wrong. I'm happy that I actually tried it out first before I went full mode of being pissed. I would have been crying out here, you guys. Actually switched to the W very smooth. It wasn't too high, it wasn't too low, it was very nice, and it does look center so far. We won't know how like center it is until it's time to take this off the machine. But you know, I believe it's center. I think with this, if I gotta make sure it's center, I probably have to do like a tape method of a T going up and down to make sure that I know where my center line is at, because this machine won't recognize this hoop. So that's like another thing to think about when you do buy like magnet hoops, or if you buy the one from Sewtalent, make sure you think about that. Now we are almost to the S, and I'm not gonna lie, looking at this while it is embroidering, I do feel like the S is a little bit off, just because it is a little bit more space on the J side near the hoop. So if you can see right here, it is a little bit more space. So I could have went over a little bit more, but I didn't know for sure how over I could have went. So because of that, I think when this stops, I'm gonna actually pause the machine and move the S a little bit over, just to make sure it's not too off center, you guys. But this is learning. This is our first time doing this, but we could have moved it over a little bit more. So right now I'm about to stop it. So now that I moved the S over it, it does look a little bit more cohesive, because I do feel like if I would have left the S where it was at, the design would have been a little bit off. I feel like you would have been able to see that the design was off. So I, you know, moved it over a little bit, and I definitely think that does help it, because now it does look as like it was one. It may be a little bit off, and that's okay. This is my first time using this, you know, magnet hoop from Sewtalent. So I'm not like, you know, mad or pissed about it. But you know, we are learning something new, and we are learning that this is something that we have to center ourselves. So, you know, I definitely know for future wise what I need to do. So far, it's looking great. I'm loving it so far, so I'm very happy with it. And I definitely think I will probably have to get some blue painter's tape just to make sure when it comes down to centering this design, I have it centered, just because it do have like some indents on here, some markings where it does show you. And I do think that's going to take some time to actually like really learn it, because I know with my other hoops I could tell where the line's at and I could literally lift it up and I'm like, this is crooked, you know. So it's going to take some time, because like the hoop is not crooked, but the center part of me centering was a little bit off. And when I say a little bit, you guys, it was just a tad bit off. You probably gonna be looking like y'all don't see it, but I know. And as a crafter, when you know, I promise you, y'all, it's gonna hunt you, because it's like, you know, you won't even want to ship it out because you know it's off, okay? So I know it's off, and you know, I know what I have to do next time. But so far, y'all, I'm loving it, and I definitely think I will be ordering more Sewtalent hoops. And I cannot wait just to see them. I want to order the arm hoops. I want to order more magnet hoops, definitely for the kids shirts, because I definitely feel like for the hoop sizes that come with this machine, you can either do a small design that's 4x4. When it's like I have a bigger hoop, and guess what? The bigger hoop will stretch out the shirt, so it's going to stretch it out to where now the shirt is looking wonky. So I definitely will be ordering some more. I want to see if they have a 7x7. I like that they do also have just like different sizes, because your machine come with like, you know, 10, you know, like 11x13, 4x4, 5x8, you know. But they have the 7x7, 9x9. They have like the sizes you need, them real detailed sizes. And I definitely recommend making sure you also read, because even though you could buy the machine, sorry about that, you buy the hoop and you be thinking this is 7x7, the inside of the hoop is not a 7x7. It's probably like a 6.5 by 6.5 instead, just because they tell you the full size of the hoop size. So make sure you always remember that too, you guys. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it, honey. Alrighty, we are at 98%. We almost done. Now, I actually ran this all the way to 380 for the speed. Now, the thread I have in this machine right now is a combination of different threads from Amazon and Heat Transfer Warehouse. But this thread right now that's on this machine that's running the red thread is from Heat Transfer Warehouse. If you did not know, you guys, they do have embroidery thread, and I promise you, it may be like $10, $13. But that thread is huge and it freaking lasts. I love that thread. My machine love it. It doesn't break. It sews, and I can run this up to almost literally 380 speed without a breakage. We are done. Alrighty, y'all ready? Alright, so our first project using the Sewtalent magnet hoop. Look at it. It actually came out very good. So this is JWS. This is a monogram design that I did get off of Etsy's. Now the whole design is not on Etsy's, but the font is what I got off of Etsy's. So this is just a monogram font. They do have different like fonts for the monogram, but I did like this one. I thought it was very cute, and it came out so freaking good. This is the first time using the Sewtalent magnet hoop, and I freaking love it. We gotta get some more. You guys, I love it. If this is something that you think you are going to look into, make sure you let me know. If you end up ordering something from them, let me know. I don't have a discount code or anything like that. Like I told you guys, it's a little bit cheaper than all the other options that's out there. So I had to let you guys know, because y'all know if you got a magnet hoops, they are a little pricey. When I say little pricey, it's the shipping. That shipping is so pricey. It's expensive. But these are definitely affordable compared to the other ones. So make sure y'all checking them out. And y'all see what I was talking about, that it was a little bit off, as you see. So I could have moved the J over some more, but it came out great. Alright, you guys, so we are done with today's video. We used the Sewtalent 5.1 by 5.1 embroidery hoop. And first off, you guys was right when y'all was talking about the magnet hoops and y'all was telling me I needed one. I just feel like I need all of them now. I can't go back to regular hooping just because I have to hoop again. Yes, I did learn my process and it became very smooth using my tape and I was able to get it centered all the time. But even then, you're pressing down on them hoops to actually get it in. You literally like clamping them things in, tighten it up. And with this magnet hoop, I do not have to do that. Like, it definitely takes the ease away. Like, not the ease away. The ease away? No, it don't take the ease away. It put the ease into embroidery. I had to catch myself. It don't take the ease away. It put the ease into embroidering, and it makes it a little bit more easier. Definitely for beginners that's looking like my hoop is always off center. I don't know if it's like it's lined up. Definitely when I started, you guys, I was messing up. My designs was like, it's supposed to be up here. It was like down there, and it's like, how is that at the bottom of a shirt? We're not going to talk about how my design was at the bottom of a shirt when I swear I had it at the top near the line, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. But this Sewtalent embroidery magnet hoop definitely helps you when it comes down to actually hooping your garments, sweatshirts. You can even do blankets. It helps with that, and it actually give you the tightness that you need on your whole entire shirt. Just because if you already know about hooping, when it comes down to hooping a shirt, you are like pulling the shirt after you hoop it just to make sure the shirt basically is very tight and it's not loose anywhere. So it helps with that because it's like literally shutting it in. That thing ain't moving. The magnets, I have pinched myself 2 times. I pinched myself 2 times. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to pinch yourself, and it's okay. It's okay. Don't cry, because I did cry the first time that I pinched myself, but I didn't cry the second time because I got it. But let's talk about the shirt. This is the shirt. Actually, even though I thought that it was kind of going to be like off center, it came out good. It came out so good. Like, I thought it was going to be off center, and I'm like, it's going to be looking a hot mess. It came out good. It still came out good, you guys. It looks great. I still do have to cut around it and take the stabilizer off because I still do have the stabilizer on inside. But it came out good. I really thought it was going to be off center, but I love it, you guys. This is a monogram baby onesie, and it's freaking adorable. Now, just a reminder, we did use Sewtalent. So, like I said, they do not have a TikTok from my understanding because I tried looking them up. They didn't have like an Instagram or whatever. But you guys, check out their website. I'm going to leave a website link down below. Check out their website. This is a 5.1 by 5.1. And I'm definitely going back to get like a 7 by 7, something like that. It is freaking amazing. This is the back of it. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to pinch myself. So I'm not going to try to open it up. But you guys, check them out. I'm going to leave a link down below for you guys. And I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.